But as far as Bullet is concerned, Bullet is a player with the university, just simply not registered on the roster quite yet in the correct fashion. So we may well see Bullet later on in the season, just not immediately here for this squad. For the time being, it will be Spider, but that's a question for another time. Same situation here, where the blue team starts off the series with a supposed substitute. Birmingham, meanwhile, on the other hand, what you see is what you get. And while they're seeing nothing but pink at this point in time, first goal goes to AP Esports. Just a quick, simple shot right there. I think Raven had a good bit of faith that Madge would have that touch, and that's a difficult touch to make. But, alas, first goal. I'm gonna turn this race off, because it's distracting me just the tiniest bit. I'm curious, obviously, where people sit with these two teams right now and what they think the upper limits are for either side. Because I mentioned the roster mania of sorts. That's a really nice pass. It's unfortunate the two defenders were just parked on the goal line. Didn't really make a whole lot of a window for anybody to get a score through, but it's certainly... It is certainly within reason to think about what these teams can accomplish, you know, in the face of many rosters going through changes. And yes, we have some heavy hitters appearing on the scene. You know, EDS, obviously, is a roster to get very excited about. Current Roehampton looks very good from what we saw earlier tonight. You've got Genoa, which is just like, what are we even doing here? Current world champion Dr. Boomin is still sticking, which is a good sign to see. Wuppertal had, you know, the most perplexing run in the last chance qualifier, and they seem keen to go through a full season trying to replicate some more of that magic. So there's certainly a lot at play here, but it does beg the question of how do these two teams see themselves fitting in to a situation like that, or is that the goal at this point in time, you know? It could all just be rooted in trying to find some international success for both sides, which is always a good sign. You know, as much as these teams like to... Okay, Madge, I see you. Close for Raven, just a bit late on the follow-through. But the idea was there. I'm liking what I'm seeing, though, from both teams. We've got decent follow-ups from second attackers, not really wasting a whole lot of time. So I'll definitely take it. But 'tis only game number 1. Madge, do it. Okay. I don't dislike that, and that's a massive triple. Sorry you couldn't get the shot off fast enough, though. Peaky certainly wants this. Nice. Fair enough, it works. It gets you a goal at the end of the day. Quick counter. That's a really tough one to swallow, though, for Birmingham. Because you force the triple commit of the defenders on the goal line. But then the scramble from there. We see it a lot with teams that go for double demos. Okay. I see you, Surya. What in the world did the camera just try and do? Okay. Like, I see it. I see the process right now for Birmingham. It's not hidden. Okay. Like, yeah, sure. That was 3 solid goal scoring chances back to back to back. I like that. I like that a lot. That was really nice. I can't lie. But still, I'm thinking like, I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Forgot what I was on about with the point I was making. I'll remember it eventually, or I won't. And either outcome's probably fine, to be fair. 90 seconds. Raven? 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 Close. Sorry, I just keep randomly getting very loud, I realize. I was like, I'm gonna keep this nice and chill. You know. But I want to hype this stuff up. It's fun. It's better that way. I like seeing these fun plays. Me too, Yotam, me too. I feel like winter's gonna be... I have a feeling that winter's gonna be really solid this year. Not that it hasn't in the past. But I just get the feeling... I get the feeling in the air that teams are more prepared to try and really make an impression in winter. And in national leagues too. But... really nice to do stuff in person all the time. That's sick, too. I love hearing about that. Madge? 1-2-1? Close. Like the idea. Good vision. Raven with a nice block. But again... oh, the point I was making was the double demos thing. Like, teams that just fish for double demos, a lot of times they just waste so many resources that it's like, you should have just been a bit safer about it. And they probably wouldn't have, you know, an easy counter now that they had two people who spawn back near big pills. As long as they're not both out, you know? But obviously it's a bit more complex than that. Overtime is done. I felt it coming. I didn't want to say that this game feels like it's over, but it just kind of that was the textbook, like, we're ending this overtime immediately sequence right there. AP Esports grab game number 1. Close one though. Very, very close one. I like what I saw from both teams. It's definitely a good matchup that we have here. Again, you know, I do kind of start to think, like, what is this team, what is this AP Esports team gonna look like with Spider rather than Bullet? Because Spider is inevitably who we're going to have for winter, at least, I would assume. Maybe that's an incorrect assumption. I gotta try. I am talking up a storm. Is it the Spider person? I don't believe so. It's Spider with an I, so spelled, you know, traditionally, I guess you would say. So I don't believe it's the same person. Oh, it is the same person. Is it the same person? Are we thinking of the same person? Oh, right. No, sorry, again, North American brain. Right, it is the... I know who we're thinking of now, but North American brain was like Spider with a Y, the bubble player who was on Flashes of Brilliance, I think, most notably, and maybe Lil Step Bros, maybe. My knowledge really should be better than this, unless we are thinking of the same person altogether, and I'm just conflating two different versions of Spider in my head. I don't know what's happening. I've lost the plot. I don't know. Too many spiders. Too many spiders. Even though it's literally only 1 or 2 spiders. That's one too many. I guess. I don't know. Demos traded on a Peaky and Raven. Massive save. Is that the Vitality decal spotted? Bullet. What are you doing? We had Guild last game with, who is it, Alexit? Using the Guild Octane. I mean, we had to have a Vitality Fennec at some point, right? I feel like it had to make its nightly appearance. Just had to be Bullet, huh? Unfortunate. Nah, I'm kidding. Jokes. I just wish they had I wish their decal was more like the Dignitas one. That's my take, is that if the Vitality Esports decal had been more like the recent Dignitas decal, the Dignitas home decal, it would have sold like crazy. Would have gone insane. Birmingham should do quite well in the UK stuff. That's what I'm thinking, is like this. It seems like with all of the shakeups and whatnot, and at least from what I've seen from Birmingham thus far, I'm pretty convinced that they can hang. But I almost want to see them, like, I almost want to see them have that international success that we kind of look for with middle pack teams. Try to take some games off of, especially like, again, getting back to the expectation that the rest of the world has, where Germany and the UK should be waltzing through these international comps, you know. And obviously now there's going to be a massive French wrench. French wrench. My goodness, I'm really proud of myself for coming up with that one. The French wrench thrown into the... Even though I should be saying spanner, to be fair. But French wrench has a better ring to it, so... I'm claiming that one. Pretty sure, Posse. Pretty sure. Or are they... No. Wait. Now I gotta check this. Yeah. Yeah, Posse. They're Belgian. Looking at Antwerp. Which is gonna be interesting. I'm really, I don't know. I'm just very excited for... I'm always a fan of getting the different, you know, as many international teams in as possible, growing these scenes. Not that the Belgian scene, you know, isn't strong, but I want to see more of that parity, more of that competition. Okay, Madge. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Wow, actually, really solid. I think the first time around when I saw that, I didn't really think much of it. That's a really nice little fadeaway there. Could grab game 2. Make it a series early on. Do we believe? Do we have faith? Peaky. Early flick, but it doesn't do much. 2 jump. Bullet Psycho? No. Good try, though. Big team bump. Love to see it. Surya? I don't hate that touch. Kind of on top of each other in the corner, but... Oh, yeah, sorry. I think I have link posting turned off, most likely. But... Birmingham? They've done it. They've absolutely done it. 1-1 in the series. We've got ourselves a contest. No sweeps. Sweeps aren't fun for show matches. More Rocket League is better Rocket League. As I have been saying for the past 90 minutes. But I like it. Genuinely, I'm getting more and more convinced by Birmingham right now, which is nice. I think that's, again, like, that's kind of what I was hoping for tonight. Just seeing, like, solid efforts. I don't need to be absolutely mind-bogglingly, you know, shell-shocked about what everybody's pulling off in these, you know, random show matches on this channel. But at the same time, it's nice to see everybody kind of getting into the swing of it. Having a good time. This is good, though. Birmingham channel point betters. Feeling good right now. Did anybody end up putting... No, it's literally just Finchy with 2,000 points on Birmingham. So there is no winner of channel points if AP pulls this off. But if Birmingham wins, Finchy, get this, just gets his points back and nothing else. Nice. Love that. Good stuff. Everything to lose and absolutely nothing to win. On the edge of his seat right now, surely. Okay, Madge. I was waiting, and I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm just crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, it takes 3 to get 1, I guess. First goal for Birmingham. Early on as well. It's nice to see. And a quick response. Good stuff. Still got bullet for the time being. With the pass this time around, Raven just... Oh. Okay. Was disconnected, no longer disconnected. I'm gonna flash the scoreboard real quick just to make sure. Everybody else looks good. I'm just having massive packet loss. So hopefully that's not reflecting in stream. Hopefully we're good. I think we're okay. Packet loss has subsided, supposedly. That was fun, though. What's Rocket League without a cheeky little disconnect every now and then? Peaky! Alright. Little double up to take the shot, why not? Double the commit, double the power. I support it. Nice pass! 1-2-1! Oh! It's off the bar and in, but it still counts. Was anybody home defensively? Raven and Madge both there. And no, I think near post was as close as Surya got to that one. I'll take it though. Decent passing play. A little bit shaky on the finish, but I don't think there's anything to be upset about. AP with another lead. Birmingham on them to respond. Bullet, nice challenge. Plenty of pace. Good save by Surya. That's a really nice win by Bullet. Beats 2. Gets a shot off. Sheffield have a new SSL, so they sign up for the qualifiers. We can see them in a European main event for the first time in 4 or 5 years. I like it. I like what I'm hearing. Peaky as Pacey down low. Close. Absolute launch of a forward pass. Surya again, a lot of redirects being pulled out from these teams. It's interesting to see that that's kind of how, like, not like players weren't going for it last season, but the whole Psycho-esque redirect has really caught on in a lot of levels of play, it feels like. I understand, we had chain dashes pop up, and maybe that's not going to be the most consistent thing shown for university play, but yeah, exactly. When he went for the Psycho, I mean, credit where credit's due. Like, it's an ambitious play, and I think it's one that if you feel confident enough to replicate it, like, it definitely can work. If anything, it's just a really nice way to get a clear. But I feel like those kind of redirects are just it's only gonna get more and more popular. Seeing people like dive under to get those pops. Not that it wasn't in the past, but I feel like I've just seen so much of an uptick in those kinds of plays lately. Yeah, yo, Tim, I was talking about during the series, Arrow, like, there wasn't a moment in time where Arrow went up for a ball on the offensive backboard, and I was questioning, whether or not he had the ability to get what he was setting up. That level of confidence is a really, really nice thing to have as a player, and I'm sure you're very happy to have that on your team as well. And I'm sure, like most things in Rocket League, it will ebb and flow. You'll change, you'll adapt, but in that series specifically, I really liked what I saw from Arrow. There's the demo, there's the goal, back within 1. Solid stuff. Raven getting into the picture too. I feel like haven't seen everything from Raven in this series thus far, but hasn't been absent. And that's a nice touch to make. Certainly had plenty of opportunities to botch a shot like that. Trying to stay confident. All right. Lucky with the sending a wide. Nice little touch. Madge. Surya. That's a double. Kind of had to go for it, so I don't fault. Up towards the back wall. Peaky with a block. Trying to just cradle that one out of harm's way. Almost beat two. Surya had to turn back, though. It's a 2-on-1 on the quick break. Big block. Raven still relevant. Madge alone on island now, literally backing up. And gets demoed for the efforts. Raven has to block this one away as everybody else is respawning. And up for a second now against Peaky. Backboard. Surya, good block, but you gotta start moving the ball. Madge is slow with this one. Trying to bait out the challenge from Bullet. Oh my, good play, Surya. Raven, punch it. Double. Get that center. Come on, Madge. Do it. Bullet drives a wedge. Raven. Almost. Surya over to Madge. I really like this scramble from Birmingham. That was a very, very sketchy one right there. I know Raven felt the need to get it. Madge down to Raven. No, Peaky with a block, and that's it. AP Esports grab game number 3. But yeah, you're right. Close game. I really like this. I really like this matchup. These teams feel correct for each other in the current state. Birmingham just feel like a half step behind at times. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think they just got to find that level within themselves. They're definitely going to click into it. But I like what I'm seeing. And especially if they make a strong statement in NSC and the UK scene. I really like their chances early on. I'm not really too hard pressed about anything that they're doing. Beat Ducks, Acro, and Auto Exec at ESI London in the finals of Eternity, doing quite well so far. I'm confident. Again, not to... I know it doesn't really build any pressure. I hope it doesn't really build any pressure. But I'm confident. I stand by in the sense that this feels like a UK regain year. And I think you and the rest of Roehampton will lead that charge. So... I still feel confident in that. Now, granted... Oh, Madge! Okay. I like the bump play. Solid. Quick moving there, too. Surya with the challenge. Yeah, that was a nice catch. That was a nice catch on the zone exit. Keep your head up. Away from the play. Trust Madge to get that shot on. Everybody else stuck in the corner. Nice read. True, you've also got... Who is that? Who is it? Remind me, Yotem. Is it Dylan in a coaching position for that second team, or is Dylan playing? Because I think I remember seeing that one of JSW or Dylan were gonna be in more of a coaching position for the second team. JSW's your... Oh, okay. I'm mixing it up then. So JSW is coaching for you. Would that make the second roster, what, Dylan, Crisis, and I'm missing one more. Oh, not Crisis, Dylan, Neoquan. Oh, right. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like about UK rosters and how they're setting up right now. I like what I'm seeing from Birmingham right now. Roehampton's going to have 2 solid rosters. I honestly think that the Exeter for fun meta could work out. I've been told by sources that Newport's is pretty decent. I like this, though. Roehampton trying to build up to be the European Northwood, maybe? Or the... Well, I guess what would be the equivalent? Like having a big... in-person facility. Akron has a pretty good in-person facility. From what I remember. Birmingham holding on right now. Even up the series again. Send us to our first game 7. We're far a ways away, but I believe it. Can't wait for 2 years from now. Finals being Roehampton versus Roehampton. Finals of the World Championship, obviously. That's the only thing that makes sense. Finish this year, sadly. Well, then we'll just have to make it this year. I don't write the rules. I just write the script. Two minutes to play. PC, no double. That's not the worst touch. Not really what Bullet wanted to do, I don't think, but it at least makes it a little awkward for Birmingham to get a push going. Sawyer just kind of knocks that ball. Raven, back. 1-2-1. A little bit of an off angle to jump at. There have been a couple of chances for AP to jump in here. It feels like they are kind of playing now in anticipation of Birmingham's first touch, which isn't really suiting them super well because Birmingham's first touch isn't predictable for the most part. It's not a bad thing for Birmingham. It's helping them out because they're not really facing the counter as quickly as they... Or they're not really facing the counter as quickly as it would hurt them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Kind of takes a little bit of time for AP to build up that offensive shop and get things working the way they want it to. That's going to burn a little bit of resources. Rotation's not bad, though. And Surya with a nice touch. That's peaky. Plucked the ball out pretty well. Good double by Madge, though. And they don't have that wall covered very well. Pacey with a challenge, but gonna lose this one out to Raven. Bullet, chain dash, there we go. The first one we've seen tonight. First one, at least on camera. 10 seconds. Birmingham trying to sneak out of here with a quick one. Almost got one for the road. Security. 0 second doesn't look super strong now that it's back in Madge's hands, and there it is. Quick as you like, 1-0, and Birmingham even it up again. 2-2. Could you make us go far in the script? Thanks. I'll think about it. I'll have a long, hard think about it, Yotam. I'd love to see you do it. I really would. In my completely honest self, would love to see it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of teams. There are a lot of teams that I definitely love to see make it far this year, because I think everybody's got a really, really nice story to kind of cap off with a good Worlds run. You know, how long have you been casting for? It has been February of 2021, if I remember correctly. So that would mean that we are coming up on 3 years. I can definitely do math. I'm so good at math. 2 years and almost 8 months, 9 months, whichever one. February, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Making it to November will be 9. Yeah, you know what? So... Fell into it or something you really tried for? Well, my story, I guess, I'll put this as succinctly as possible. But growing up and going through school, I did a little bit with sports commentary. It wasn't really commentary so much as it was stadium, PA work. So, announcing pretty much like the person... Spider is appearing, by the way. Supposedly getting Spider. It was a lot of work, like, at a baseball game, for example, calling out who is up to bat, if there's a pitching change, stuff like that, public announcements, things like that. I would work a couple of in-person events and the like. And then I was going to school to work primarily in television, which you don't really need to go to school for, but that's a different thing entirely. And right before I was set to get a lot of in-person experience for this sort of thing, the pandemic hit. Like literally right as I was setting it up, which was really cool and really fun and really awesome. But I try not to make an excuse about that too much. Anyway, I had always been around esports. I'd owned Rocket League since 2015, but I didn't really play much until about 2019. In 2020, I started streaming, and then someone that I met through streaming played for a community league for Rocket League, and decided to say, hey, would you ever want to try casting? If you want to, you can just cast our matches. It's volunteer stuff, but, you know, why not? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I just started doing that volunteer stuff, did that for about a year and a half, tried to pick up, you know, other work where I could, did a couple of RLCS Apex streams, things like that, some random hosting gigs, whatnot, and here I am. So it's been fun, it's been a lot of fun, but it certainly has just kind of been, you know, floating by the seat of my pants. It's not really something that I purposely tried to enter, but I don't regret starting it, not for a second. It's been a lot of fun. So that's kind of the short way around my journey. And as Finchy notes, Game 5 substitutes seem to be the theme for today. We've gotten our second Game 5 substitute in that many matches. Managed to be full-time? Not at the current moment, no. Unfortunately, you know, I could go on and on about the state of esports and where it currently is right now, and I know, you know, if you interact with social media and the like, you'd probably get a pretty good glimpse of what it's like, but not in a position to go full-time, unfortunately. I'd love to be there, but I don't know, we'll see. There's always a level of uncertainty that comes with this kind of stuff, but for the most part, what I can say is I will be around for this season of Uni Rocketeers action. I fully plan to be in whatever context is possible, because I am genuinely very excited to see how this season plays out. So, yeah, unfortunately, I found Uni Rocketeers, and now they can't get rid of me, even though they want to. Sorry, I don't know why I did that, but I appreciate it, Yotem. It's been fun. It's been very fun. I wouldn't trade it for a second. I got to go to Dallas for the prior CRL World Championship, meet everybody, hang out with everybody. That was a fantastic time. I've had experiences both online and in person as a result of being in this scene that I would not take back for a second. So, you know, as long as I'm having fun, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. This series, getting a little interesting. We are continuing the theme of a substitute coming in game number 5. And for the time being, we're continuing the theme of the team that brings in a new player for game number 5 does not start winning the series. Now, we've still got plenty of time to go here on Neo Tokyo, but for the time being, Birmingham look confident as ever. 2 goals in the opening minute or so. Solid defensive stance here. Again, it's Spider in for Bullet. Spider is the player we anticipate to be alongside Peaky and Pacey for winter at the very least. As soon as we get to spring, well, we'll have to see what AP Esports decide to roll with, as we know they've got Bullet in their back pocket, should they choose to use. Obviously in a figurative sense. But for right now, Birmingham seem to have figured things out. Not a whole lot of players figured out how to hit the ball in that sequence, so fair on Raven to just kind of bulldoze through and find that goal. 3 minutes to play, 3 goals to better for Birmingham. I have been talking so much, and my counter to that has been drinking a lot of water, and so you can imagine the fun that I'm going through right now. I'm having a lot of fun. Just inhaling water. But it is what it is. We're chilling. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Can neither confirm nor deny. But this... My disappearing water bottle is almost empty. So, you know. Is what it is. I'm entertained by this, though. I want to see a step through by AP. I can see... Again, I can see the vision. They've got ideas for these plays, but it feels like this is very reminiscent of what we were seeing last season with mid-pack teams. Magic? Absolutely magic. I can just hide my face for the entirety. I can just hide Goose. Where did... Wait, hold on. I can do this. There we go. Where did Goose go? You'll never know. If I rotate the handle, it's... There we go. Fantastic. I'm still here. The Goose is completely gone. Oh, wait, this way. Ah! Local Twitch streamer. Discovers object permanence for the first time. Okay. We got one back. I was a little scared that that one was just going to beam off the post. I'm not going to lie. But a full team effort. It works. Come back. Here it is. Here it absolutely is. Right here, right now. I mean, it's 1-1-4-1-4. Surely that means that there has to be a comeback, right? Shout out to Months, honestly. Always pointing out the palindromic nature. 1-3-1, there you go. We're back into the palindromes. We're back into goal scoring here for AP. Pacey. Outpacing. It's in the name. It's written in the stars. So Pacey can outpace people. Peaky can peek on people. What's Spider gonna do? Just kind of skitter around, spin a web in front of the net so that Birmingham can't score. Okay. All right. You got away with one. Now score on the other end, maybe. Ooh. Again, I see the vision. I see the vision, but the first touch wasn't strong enough, and then the second touch wasn't strong enough, and then everything just kind of fell. But still, Birmingham trying to put this one on ice. Again, another instance where a player's moved out on game number 5, and then the team's not immediately clicking. Now again, don't read too deep into that. Don't go pulling out the pitchforks here to get Bullet back on the team. It just takes time. Plus, it's also a show match. I hope these players are having fun above all else, to be honest. Okay. Comeback is back on. Here it is. Yotam, don't stop believing. Comeback is back on. Lock in right now. I'll lock in too. Here we go. Let's eat the monitor. It's time. I can't push my mic any closer, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm so locked in right now. Less than 30 seconds to go. You need one right here. Peaky, solid touch. Spider, next up. Has to play this a little slower with no boost. Pacey, that's a difficult one. Decides to turn it on frame. Unsuccessful. Peaky's demoed. Pacey now alone on the offensive island as Spider turned out. Now tries to get back into the picture, but Surya has it. Oh, not the touch you wanted. But too much time has expired. That's it. Birmingham grab game number 5, even if you get one for the road. Too little, too late for AP Esports. The looks were solid, and they forced Birmingham into an awkward spot. But it wasn't enough. Was not enough. Birmingham take game number 5. Do we get an exact repeat of what we had before, where the team that subs out on game 5 loses the next 2 to lose the series? We shall see. But what I do know is that the ad break again lined up to where we got to end this series in this next game. Otherwise, game 7 is just randomly going to have ads. Also, I want to thank Atlas for following quite a bit ago. So I'm not sure if you're still sticking around, but thank you. I do want to confirm as well that that has pushed us over the 1,000 follower count on this Twitch channel, which for those of you who have not been around this Twitch channel very much, when I was doing, you know, community casting and a whole bunch of other stuff, we had gotten to the point where I got to about like 940, 950 followers, and then I adopted the most insanely inconsistent streaming schedule you could ever imagine. And as such, you know, understandably, not as many people followed because they had no clue when I was going to be streaming. And thank you, Mel, for the follow. Much appreciated. No worries, no worries. But that's the thing, is like, I had always been sitting around 950, 960 for the longest time, and I just kind of accepted, you know, like, that's fine. I'll sit there for the time being, so. But yeah, we're at 1,000 now, which is really awesome and really cool. So, a big thank you again to everybody who followed the channel over the course of this stream. I did promise that I'd do a 12-hour stream once I got to 1,000 followers, because I was just convinced that it wasn't really going to happen. So, 12-hour stream soon for the 1,000 followers, and then yes, 24-hour stream. AJ is absolutely right. The 24-hour stream is starting on the morning of December 9th. Well, it's the morning for me. It'll start on the afternoon for pretty much everybody watching this stream right now. AJ hit me with that CET time, because if we've learned anything from today, it's that I can't convert time zones for my life. But we'll be doing a 24-hour stream starting on December 9th for the Trackmania for Hours 24-hour relay race. 24-hour stream when you cosplay the goose. If I can get like a goose costume, like a goose onesie. If I could get one, then I will. I think that could be good. We once again find ourselves on Deadeye Canyon Oasis? Question mark? Pretty sure that's what this map is called. I should know this. For game number 6, series on the line for Birmingham would be a massive... The counter, Peaky, not fast enough. Spider on the follow-through, Pacey. Nope. This is now a rule for the team. As team captain, I will enforce this. I will wear it at all times that I am not, I will wear it at all times that I'm not driving. I'll give you that. Maybe not all times that I'm not driving, but maybe I'll have like an incentive for me to wear it for an hour or something like that. Thank you, Subson. I needed that one. Well, see, Mel, here's what I'm wondering. If Pacey is going to outpace people and Peaky is going to peek on people, then what's Spider going to do? What's Bullet going to do? Oh! Huh? How'd that not go in? Crawl on people? Okay. What's Surya going to do? That's a good question. What's Madge gonna do? Make it give us another Birmingham update mid-series. We just Finchy pauses the game and Madge shows up on camera, gets like 5 words out, and then Finchy unpauses the game. Every single time Birmingham score a goal, every single time Madge scores a goal, we pause the game, get Madge on camera for 5 seconds, and cut it. There we go, right now. We don't have that set up. Please don't do that. I do wish we had that set up, though. That would be great. But please don't pause the game. AP Esports are gonna hate me. Yeah, exactly, Yotam. That was kind of my thought. In the moment, made sense. I like the theory that Spider's gonna build a web so strong in front of the net that the opponents literally cannot score. I like that theory. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Out here building the Charlotte's Web of University Rocket League. Spider is Spider-Man. Oh, that's a good one too. Just kind of like web slinging all the way through. Hey, we got 45 seconds and series is over if Birmingham hold on to this lead, which I definitely could see them doing. Which is kind of crazy that we have literally the exact same result. Oh, no! You gotta finish that one. You gotta do it justice. Oh, no, not like this, not like this, not like good second touch. Someone? No way. No way. No, you can't miss that. Come on. We got so far and everybody's had chances to just completely stuff this one. Demo on Surya. Madge is slow. It's up. Spider. Backboard. That's it. Birmingham won. Insane. We were that close to greatness on both sides. Oh. Good stuff, though. Good stuff, Birmingham. Oh, man.